Welcome back, everybody, to another conversation on the couch. And today we are joined with our volunteer program director, Heidi. Welcome, Heidi.
Thank you, Amanda. It's exciting to be here.
Yeah,
and you know how much I love talking about my program.
I
So let's just knock it out.
And I love hearing about it and all the great stuff. So, volunteer program director. That's a big title. What does that mean? What do you do? What are your programs all about?
Yeah, so program director, that's pretty broad, but what I do is a lot more specific than that. I administer 2 programs whose focus is on seniors, individuals who are 55 years old and older, in the Classroom Grandparent Program and in the Senior Companion Program.
Nice. Wow.
So our classroom grandparents are in the schools, in the classroom, providing that one-on-one assistance, mentoring, tutoring, supporting students, and helping them succeed. And this would be a student with any type of a need. You know, somebody who might be struggling, somebody who needs a little extra time to focus, that exceptional student that just needs to be encouraged. So they're in the classrooms with the students.
Wow, that sounds exciting.
It is exciting. It is exciting. And our senior companions are providing peer-to-peer companionship to other seniors who are at risk of social isolation.
Oh, wow.
And the cool thing is that I'm going to be able to introduce you to a couple of volunteers, a foster grandparent and a senior companion.
We're super excited about that.
Yeah, way more interesting than talking to me for sure. So to be part of these programs, they do have that low income focus.
Okay.
You know, so we're looking for somebody who, who is receiving Social Security and probably not much more.
Okay.
And the purpose of that focus is to enable individuals to be able to volunteer who otherwise wouldn't be able to.
Nice.
You know, you and I know that it costs money to walk out the door.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
we're expected to present ourselves in a certain manner. It, you know, even if you're going out grocery shopping, it
Gas for your
costs
car.
money to get out the door. So with this low income focus, we make it a point to make volunteer service possible.
Awesome.
So if you meet our income eligibility to be able to volunteer, we reimburse you $4 an hour.
Wow, that's a cool incentive.
Yeah, so
Nice.
again, you know, these are not paid volunteers by any means, but this makes volunteer service possible. And we will reimburse mileage reimbursement.
Awesome.
I kind of said reimbursement 3 times
That's
now.
okay.
Maybe more than that because I talked about the stipend. So they have the mileage reimbursement. We protect our volunteers with excess accident and liability insurance.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You know, because there's risks to being out in the world, so we protect our volunteers that way. We provide monthly in-service trainings, having our volunteers have access to resources in our community. And providing them the tools and resources they need to be successful. And of course, they go through an intensive orientation before we actually place them into volunteer service.
Yeah.
So, in return for that, you know, we ask for a commitment. You know, we are training these individuals to be professional volunteers. This is not fly-by-night service.
Right.
You know, this isn't once in a while or when I feel like it. So we ask for a regular schedule of 15 to 20 hours.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. And, you know, that makes it, the benefits even greater. But in order to get the outcomes that we're looking for with the kids in the classroom, they need that consistency.
Well, even with your senior population,
Absolutely.
Building that trust and that companionship, and, you know, you would not like to we're hanging out and I really like you, but I gotta wait a whole nother week, or, you know, I don't get to spend that much time with you. Like, that makes complete sense.
Yeah, and when we're trying to reduce social isolation, you know, an hour or 2 a week isn't going to get you there.
Right.
You know, and, you know, social isolation is the new epidemic. You know,
are you seeing an increase of this social isolation? I know for us in Northeast Michigan, we're rural, we're spread out. I know COVID definitely propelled us with social isolation. Do you have any insight? Like, are you seeing that trend continue after COVID? Is it staying the same? Has it gotten worse? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, we were greatly impacted by COVID because even then, even when we were getting information that it was safer to engage, there was a lot of fear, especially in our senior community. So it took a long while for individuals to be confident in getting out in the community, and we suffered for that.
Yeah.
We suffered for that a good 2 years after, but we're starting to see an increase in interest in our programs.
Good,
So
that's
more and
good.
more people are willing to get out in the community and be engaged in that. Nobody's busting down the doors, unfortunately. So I'm hoping that this gets the word out and encourages more to reach out to us. But yeah, no, COVID had an impact.
Okay.
And social isolation is a real thing.
Yeah.
It does increase aging.
Right. Well, April is Volunteer Appreciation Month. What does that mean for you?
Well, hopefully it's just going to motivate more individuals to contact us and say, what do I have to offer them to get out? But it's always a great, you can't celebrate our volunteers enough.
Yes.
They give so much of themselves that there's no such thing as too much appreciation to a volunteer. So if we can dedicate an entire month to a volunteer, that's not too shabby.
It's pretty cool.
It is.
So if somebody watching the video, whether on Facebook or on our website or some other place, they're like, whoa, this is awesome. I want to be a senior companion, or I want to be a classroom grandparent. What do they do? What's the next step?
Reach out to us. Give us a call here at the agency. Whether you call our main number. We do have an 800 number that you'll be able to find on our website as well. But I had you go
And we
into
can
the
link that in
website.
there.
Yeah, let's link in the.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Good.
So it's quick and easy for people to find.
That would be great.
So they'll reach out and then just express their interest, and then they'll be connected in some way.
Yeah, so they're going to talk to either myself or our services coordinator, Haley.
Nice.
And we're going to do a little bit of a pre-eligibility, but we're going to have some conversations. So this is going to be a great opportunity to ask questions.
Cool.
We'll in turn, what is your income? How old are you? Are you willing to, contribute this type of a service schedule? But we'll have a nice conversation and we'll be able to go over next steps from there.
Yeah, and when you have volunteers, you do fun things like in service. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Well, this is an opportunity to find out what other services are available in the community. It's an opportunity, and I think this is the most valuable thing about our in-service, is you get to sit down with other volunteers that are doing what you're doing. And you're able to share your story. I'm challenged with this. What, have you encountered that? Or this is what I'm doing with my students.
Peer connections.
It is, and it's validation. And, I talk about the Senior Companion Program and that the reduction in social isolation. Well, just being part of these two programs, whether it's classroom grandparents or senior companions, it's that addressing that social isolation. And then when we're in our in-service meeting, sitting around the table with 5 or 6 other people who are doing what you're doing, it just validates what you do.
Absolutely.
And it's another opportunity to celebrate what's being done. And a great opportunity for me to demonstrate my appreciation for what they're doing. But, I keep them apprised of what's going on with the program, try to provide information to help them serve better, do a greater service to their students or their clients.
I love that.
And it's a great opportunity for them to ask questions of us.
For sure.
So, we like to stay very connected.
I love that. Okay. And I had another thought that just came into my mind. What about your connections with senior centers? Do you ever do events at senior centers, like to kind of engage and be like, hey, this is who we are?
That is one of our greater areas for recruitment. So yes, I do like to be in our senior centers.
Nice.
I also like to go to where seniors gather. So if I can get into a senior living community.
Nice.
I like to do that. We have our program that we call Pastries for a Purpose.
What a cool name.
Yeah, well, thanks for that, Amanda. So yeah, and it's just a casual conversation where I have an opportunity to talk about the programs and answer questions. You know, food brings people
Yes.
together, so if I can provide a little bit of
You're
a
ringing the
sweet,
cowbell.
yep, you know, who's gonna walk away from a sweet treat?
Right.
But it's just an opportunity to talk about the programs and get the word out and try to recruit new volunteers.
I love it. All right, well, is there anything else that you'd like to share before we have some of our great friends come and chat with you?
Well, you know, I just want to kind of talk about the longevity of these programs.
Yeah, let's hear about it.
The Foster Grandparent or Classroom Grandparent Program has been in existence for 60 years.
Whoa.
60
That's a
years.
long time.
It's
That's
a very long
almost
time.
as long as we've been around.
Exactly.
We're 58 years this year,
Yep.
so 2 years on us.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
okay.
And the Senior Companion Program has been in existence for 50 years.
Wow, that is
So
awesome.
these are long-standing, highly proven, worthwhile programs. So I just kind of wanted to throw that
High
in
five
there.
to that.
Yeah, isn't that
That's
great?
awesome.
Decades of service.
Yes, love that. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Amanda. I
Yeah.
appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah.
This was great.
Yeah, it was awesome. We'll see you next time.
All right, great.
All right.
Can't wait. So, hi, Madeline.
Hi.
How are you today?
Oh, pretty good. The
Good.
weather's nice, so you gotta be nice. It's gotta be
Yeah, I think we turned a corner.
good. I hope so.
So, welcome to our conversation on the couch. You know, talking about our foster grandparent or a classroom grandparent and our senior companion
Yeah.
programs. So, thank you for joining us,
Okay.
Madeline.
Being a grandparent, or grandma, or what the kids call me is grandma, and it's just wonderful. It's just something that.
So, how long have you been a classroom grandparent now?
I was for 7 years, and then during COVID, I kind of quit,
Yeah.
and I thought I wouldn't go back, but after 2 years, I couldn't take it. I had to go back. So it's been 9 years now since I've been.
Yes. All right. So 9 years, but let's talk about that 2-year break. You know, what's really kind of fun is you're like one of the first cohorts that I enrolled in the
Uh-huh.
program. So you know we've got that
Yeah.
special connection.
Yeah.
You were new, I was new. You know we've grown together, which is pretty exciting. But you were very, very dedicated when you were at Wilson Elementary School here in
Yeah.
Alpena.
Yeah, I went
And then we
for
had that ugly COVID. So
yeah.
what was it like being away from the kids for
Oh,
that period?
It was, I guess you'd say depressing, because
Yeah.
I remembered the kids, and I remembered the fun I had with them. And I remembered going to the different classrooms and stuff. And I kept on thinking, no, you don't want to go back. But there was something pulling me back.
Yeah.
And then when I heard about the preschool, that we were going to have a preschool, and they didn't have a grandma, so all of a sudden I thought, that's where I want to go. I want to be with the preschool. I'm smarter than they are. The bigger grades, there's grandmas in the bigger grades, but it's just something I love, the little ones. And so I called you up, and you said, sure, let's try it. So
Yeah.
now I'm with the preschool, and every day is a joy, and it's a new day, and you never know what's coming. You never just never know.
Yes. So you have experience, so we're talking about you're with the preschoolers, and then you were with the older
Yeah.
kids when you were at Wilson. So what does a day as a foster grandparent look like?
Well, I can truly say that there's never 2 days that are alike. You can tell when the child comes in if they've had a good day at home or not, and you know if they need just a little more of attention or a little bit more love, and so you kind of go to them. They give you so much back. One little girl, she had a bad morning, and we were playing with the puzzles, and that makes them learn how to put things together and that. So we were doing the puzzles, and she says, Grandma, I can't do it. And I says, oh, yes, you can. Come on, we can do it. And she did it. And I says, okay, now we did it together. Now let's see if you can do it. Well, she put it together, and she looked at me, and she had a smile from ear to ear. And she says, Grandma, I did it. I did it.
Yeah.
And that's what makes you feel like you're accomplishing something and helping people, helping the kids.
Great.
So I'm getting some out of it, but the kids are getting some, and I think it's 70% me and 30% them. But I'm getting that much out of it. So
Yeah, that's awesome. What motivated you to become a
um,
grandparent in the first place?
I had lost my husband. I lived on a farm, and I had quit milking cows, and I got very, very depressed. I mean, very depressed. And a friend of mine said about the grandparents, and I thought, what can I give? I'm just a farm lady, I don't know anything. And she says, no, go and try it. Well, it is. You get there, and the more I got with the children and everything, the more. I had one little boy told me, he says, Grandma, he says, when you first started, I wasn't too sure about you. He says, I didn't know if I'd like you or not. And I says, oh, that's okay. I says, we don't always like everybody and everything. And I says, but you know what? I like you. And he says, yeah. He says, you know what? I really like you now. So it made me feel good, you know. I changed his mind.
Yeah.
But you never know what they need and how much love they give you a lot of love back. They just give you, they do. And every day they come in and they give you a hug. Or I was gone for a couple months this year because illness. And when I got back, it was Grandma, and then I had to have hugs from all 15 kids. All the kids had to give me a hug. So it warms your heart. It warms your heart.
Really does. So, Madeline, you know, you talk about how, you know, you got started. You know, you didn't have a whole heck of a lot of confidence when you got started.
No, I didn't.
You know, but you did it. You stuck with it. So, for somebody who is thinking they might want to try this, but they're not so sure, what would you tell them?
Go for it. Try it. Because for me, it was, I didn't think I could do it. But then when you see what you do for the children, try it for a couple of months. Just go out there, and you're not in a box. You're not in your house looking at four walls. You're out there, and you're not only with the children, you're with the other grown-ups too, the teachers, and you're working with the teachers. And it's not that you're doing what the teachers are doing, you're there for the children, and it's amazing.
So you bring up a good point. You know, you're not there to be the teacher.
No.
Or a teacher's aide.
No.
You know,
No.
you're there to provide comfort,
Right.
connection,
Yeah, if a child,
positive affirmations.
yeah, and if the child needs a little help, you're there to teach them how to play anything, any kind of game or something, and hopscotch or tic-tac-toe or anything. And they think you're wonderful because you know how to do that, and so that makes you feel pretty good too.
Yeah.
And I would say try it. Oh, please try it. Get out, be with people, and try it. Just try it so much.
I think you're going to say it way better than I can. That's
Well,
awesome.
Well,
Anything that you want to share that I might not have thought to ask?
no, just if you have any idea of trying it, please, the children need you, and you need them. It's a two-way street. It's really wonderful. It's really
Awesome.
wonderful.
So thanks for spending some time on the couch with me.
Okay.
Great.
Thank
And
you.
here's for another 9 years. I would like to introduce everyone to our senior companion, Diane McCrano. So Diane, thank you for joining me here today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're not going to answer the phone when I call anymore, are you?
It's
gonna
been
think long and
interesting.
hard about
It's
it.
been interesting.
Yeah.
But it's been fun. It's
Well,
been
very
fun.
good. So Diane, remind me, how long have you been a volunteer now?
I've been a volunteer for a year and 3 months.
Yeah. So what do you think?
I love it.
Awesome.
I do it. I love it.
Awesome.
I love it.
Yep.
It means a lot to me because when I go to the clients, I have fun and we have fun, and they like to laugh and I like to make them laugh. So
Awesome. So what motivated you to reach out and inquire about the Senior Companion Volunteer Program?
I was going to join the Peace Corps when I was 28.
Yeah.
And I lost my husband, and then I actually applied for the Peace Corps and got accepted.
How exciting.
But final last minute, I had a spot to go, pictures for visa, and the medical said, no, just in case, you're not ready.
Oh.
So I thought, well, we have people here who need help, So I started volunteering, making phone calls
Okay.
for another volunteer.
And you still do that,
I still do
correct?
that,
It's
yes. I've been doing that
telephone
for
reassurance?
5 years.
Awesome. And that's with the commission or the
That's
council on
that's
aging?
with my Michigan,
Oh, that's right.
my health, my Michigan, yes.
So volunteerism is just, it's in your bones, isn't it?
It is, I think it is.
Yeah, yeah.
I've gone through a lot of stuff, so the circle is completed and I'm still the same as I was, so
Yeah, okay.
this is where I'm supposed to be.
So let's talk about what is it that you do as a senior companion?
Right now, I go to Meadow Lodge on Wednesday nights and we have a euchre night,
Very cool.
which is very cool, they love it.
Yeah.
And when I go during the day on my in-home visits with my clients, we
So,
paint.
excuse me for interrupting
Uh-huh.
you, but you actually go into individuals' homes
Yes.
and visit one-on-one with individuals, correct?
I do.
Yeah,
And
awesome.
it's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
Uh-huh.
First I was a little scared, but
Yeah.
I take my ideas into them
Uh-huh.
and we talk and we get to know each other and we do what they like to do. So I have my art student.
Uh-huh.
She has taught me so much. Her last painting really taught me a lot.
Yeah.
She was an art student in school
Okay.
when she was in
So
high school.
a trained artist, actually.
And she loved to paint. And I said, we were playing cards and coloring and graduated to watercolors. And I said, you know what? I said, we're going to start with painting next on canvas. And she says, who, me? And I said, yes, you. And she loved it. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
So this
And-
was an opportunity. This is something that she was interested in for almost all her life and then kind of let it go for a little
Yes.
bit.
Yeah.
But through your conversations and learning more about one another, you were kind of reintroduced her
Right.
to a passion of hers. Did I
Uh-huh.
have that?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we
pretty
play
amazing.
cards. We
Uh-huh.
play cards and Connect Four.
Very cool.
We different things, and we talk about different things.
So do you let them win, or do you?
No,
Are you pretty competitive?
well, maybe sometimes, but actually, a couple times she's gotten me very well at cards and beaten me, and she
Very
just
cool.
grins. I said, "You got me this time."
Very good.
But it's very fun.
Yeah, and tell me a little bit about what you would be doing if you didn't have this opportunity.
Probably not a lot because I am kind of a loner. Always kind of
Okay.
have been. Going through everything I did when I lost my husband. This made me realize that there's more to life.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started doing the in-home care especially,
Mm-hmm.
as I watched her paint
Mm-hmm.
and concentrate on what she was doing and just talking in general, she made me realize that she might be 80 years old or we might be 80 or 85, but we're still alive.
Mm-hmm.
And that touched my heart so much.
Yeah.
She talks about men. I love it. She said, "Did you see that new doctor?" I said, "No, I did not." She says, "Oh my goodness."
Very good.
So,
That's,
yeah.
that's funny. That's very funny.
Yes, it's very
It's a
interesting.
hoot.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. And with different people, I do different things.
Right.
We play Scrabble with another client who was, I found out, a foster grandparent for 17 years.
Isn't that something?
I said, "Oh,
Gives you
wow."
something to aspire to,
It
right?
does. I thought, oh my God, really?
Yeah,
Yes.
I would love to.
She loved it. It was
I
great.
would love to honor you
So-
for 5, 10, 15 years.
Uh-huh.
That'd be pretty
And
awesome.
she's going to fly a kite with me as soon as the weather gets
Oh,
nice.
isn't that great? So much fun.
It is. It
Well,
is.
good. So, to someone who's not familiar with the program, Diane, what would you tell someone? So, if you're talking to a peer, somebody in your age demographic and whatever, and they, think like, I think I might volunteer or I might not. What would you tell them?
I tell about my experiences that I have and what it does
Yeah.
for me
Yeah.
and what it does for the people.
Right.
Because you're going into their house and a lot of these people can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And you're bringing life, extra life to their house that maybe
Yeah.
they don't get any other time.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
So it's very, very fulfilling. It does. It fills my heart.
Yeah.
It gives me chills sometimes.
So do you feel like you're getting as much out of it as you're giving?
I think maybe I'm getting more.
You think so?
I think
Yeah,
so.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
I think I'm getting more.
Yeah, pretty awesome. Anything you want to add to the conversation?
Well, there's so much you could talk about, and there's so much I can learn, and I love to learn.
Good.
And every time I go see a client, I learn something new.
Right.
And my goal is to learn as much as I can and make everybody as happy as I can, be happy. I'm at peace with myself now, and that makes it easier for me to do this.
Oh, very cool.
So,
Well, thanks for having conversation with me,
Well,
Diane.
thank
I really
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you very
Awesome.
much.
Glad to have you as part of the program.
thank you.
All right, I'm going to hold you to that 10-year award ceremony. You're going to look forward to that.
All right.
All right, thanks, Diane.
Thank you.